Morning, afternoon, and good evening. Welcome back to episode 69 of this. First of all, how are we, gentlemen?
Good, thanks.
Yeah,
What-
disappointed that you chose to make that childish joke. Kyle's been hitting me, everyone.
Good.
Phone for help.
What was
Bother.
his Google gadget arm to get you in Cardiff?
Sent a punch in the post.
No, yeah, I asked him to send me the champion's belt, and instead he sent me a punch in the post. Correct.
Next time it'll be a kick.
Well, he was sending it to the wrong place. Aye, you never thought that one through, did you?
No, Royal Mail were just very late.
Fair, right? Yeah, I'm
Or
good,
they were
thank you.
alternatively they were sending it for me for this week.
Maybe, but that's not what you were saying.
That's what I'm saying now.
Now you're backtracking. Now you're backtracking.
Don't back down. Double down.
Now your arse is collapsed.
I'm sick of you saying that. Right, I just wanted to get in that I was fine first, so yeah, I'm fine, and I said it first. So
Good.
proceed. How are you?
I am good. Thank you for asking. Eventually,
I
somebody
don't care.
asked.
I
know.
don't care enough to ask you.
Yeah, I know. We're used to it now. Anyway, some good news first is the Carabao Cup was decided by Liverpool.
Question. Good.
Yeah, I would say it's good.
Jacques biased.
Sure. Yeah, it was good. I don't care what you
Was
say.
it?
Good to be a top 6 team in the final. Not everybody can do that.
Thank you for that analogy.
I would like to add that no one thinks Chelsea are a top 6 team.
Sorry, big 6
Traditional.
in quotations.
Should we say you're also a traditional Big 6 team? Newcastle are an underdog trying to be a Big 6 team. Shut up.
Too late for a comeback. Thank you.
I'd also prefer you use the correct metaphor, which is Sky 6. Thank you.
Beat one of the Sky 6 in the final. It's not for everyone.
You are one of the Sky 6.
Anyway, what more to say? Van Dijk with a bullet header in the dying embers.
I was really looking forward to it going to penalties. I'm quite annoyed.
So was I.
I enjoy penalties.
It'd be more entertaining.
It's always the same. It's always penalties in that final. I feel
Yes.
anyway.
Because we had, was it penalties 2 years ago? Because you had the one with Kelleher in goals, which would have been 2 years ago, and then you also had the one with Sarri, which it took me a while to not conflate those. I, for some reason, thought the one 2 years ago was the one with Sarri and Kepa, but it wasn't.
That was 2019.
It was another Liverpool Chelsea Cup final in this competition, which is mad.
It was City when it was Kepa.
Wait, what? Have I just conflated these 2 cup finals for no reason?
2019 City v Chelsea.
Why have I conflated those 2 cup finals, Kyle?
Get your facts right.
Is it just because they went to penalties and Chelsea were in it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, that's it. I'm no longer qualified to be here, lads. I'm off.
I think Chelsea won it, actually.
Oh, thank God.
I'm right.
No, I have to say that, I can never pronounce his name, Kelleher. Anyway, he was linked with Celtic.
He's some keeper.
Yeah, but the point I was going to make is a performance of that degree in a cup final. It's nice to actually hear myself think for once. A performance like that in a cup final and over other fixtures, does that prove that it's too good for Celtic in the Scottish Prem?
If I could just interject for one moment. I have been very vocal in my opinion that Cleavage Kelleher would be a great signing for Celtic if they have the money, which I imagine he might cost a bit too much for them. I imagine he might be a bit too good for them. He could pretty much walk into any Premier League side. Not any Premier League side, but any Premier League team who wanted them.
Yeah.
Could pretty much have him.
I think he's got to stay where he is, though.
But you look at Jack Butland playing well in the Scottish Prem and enjoying it.
I think
obviously different stages of the career.
And Jack Butland, yeah.
Different stages of the career. It wasn't a straight comparison. It was a idea of Jack Butland who could I think he could play easily in a lot of teams in the Premier League.
We tried and they failed for Palace and.
Yeah, which name me a team you think he could get in. There's a couple.
Forest.
The one that struck me was Brighton.
I actually meant to say Sheffield United, but I don't know why I said Forest.
I think West Birmingham was Sheffield United, isn't it?
Yeah, he's pish.
Yeah, it really is bad. He's made the most. I've seen something. He's made the most errors leading to goals in the Premier League this season by a keeper or something. You'd really expect.
He's also conceded. He had the most shots, so
he's also shit.
Cheers, Jeff.
No, he's not bad.
No, he's not good enough for that level.
Anyway, it was a good performance from him in the nets and between the sticks.
Yes.
I think every game's been good for him. He's played. He's not made many mistakes.
I think this is the point, right? I think that's the reason why we should be saying, Kelleher, away you go. I'm surprised, because Brentford and Brighton both spent a lot of money last summer on a goalkeeper. They bought Verbruggen and Flecken. Kelleher was right there.
Maybe it's too expensive being
Liverpool have sold him though.
and that.
But are they going to sell him this summer? There seems to be some sort of rumour that he's going this summer.
I think it was because he's
Probably because at that stage where he's needing first team football.
Yeah.
Maybe he was wanting to sit on the books for another year.
I think he should stay. That's just me though.
Liverpool fan thinks Liverpool players should stay at Liverpool. Shock.
No, because he's a good player. Well, I wouldn't always a good player.
Yeah, but if it was they played for Man City, I'm not sure you'd have the same argument. I think
I'd
you'd say
want
he
him.
needs to leave for first team football. Exactly.
Exactly. If I was a Newcastle fan, I'd want him at Newcastle
Why?
because he's a good keeper.
No,
than-
Nick Pope. Nick Pope's fine.
Nick Pope hasn't been injured for ages.
Yes.
He's actually
Well-
dead.
I think you'll find Loris Karius played in goals in our 4-1 loss to Arsenal at the weekend, but that's not on the running order.
But I don't want him in goals. I like Harris being our.
And in other news, it was 4-1 Arsenal v Newcastle. Loris Karius played and didn't do very much.
I did.
Yes, he
picked
picked
the
the ball out of the back of his net 4 times.
Want to get
And,
that first.
Can players like Sven Bottom with an own goal, Bukayo Saka getting a goal, Kai Havertz and
Captain.
Jacob Kiwior.
How
Then
do I make someone leave?
Joe
I know he's
Willock
hosting,
scored.
but I can put him out the Zoom call.
Joe Willock scored a
Against his own
consolation.
club?
Oh yeah, debatably.
What do you mean debatably?
Never really played for them, did he?
Yes.
Okay, if you say so. Actually, one I forgot about was Man U Fulham.
Ouch.
Yes.
Super Alex Iwobi and
Shirley Bassey.
Calvin Passy.
I also quite funny.
It's funny being in Nigeria.
I just meant the Man United meltdown. Quite funny.
Yeah, that's quite his peak. Maguire did score though, which is good. Good for him.
Get the
Again, peak
confidence
Man
levels
United.
back up.
Which is what he
Just in
needs.
time for the Euros.
Yeah, I think that's kind of all the excitement from the Premier League.
But yes, back to the Carabao Cup final.
Anything to add? I don't know. I'm out of words. It was good.
VAR.
I mean,
Obviously-
twice.
It's Sterling scoring and then Van Dijk
That's-
in regulation time. Normal time, sorry.
He was blatantly offside.
Oh yeah.
Sterling
Both
wasn't.
of them.
Endo wasn't, but Sterling was.
I'm sorry. No, wait a minute. Shall we? On the end of
He
discussion,
backtracked a belter there.
are you saying that Endo wasn't offside, or are you
No.
saying Endo wasn't interfering with play? Because
It
one
was-
of them is factually wrong.
It was a valid goal, so I don't care. It should have
I
carried.
completely disagree. I know you disagree with me, Robert.
Court is in order. I'm gonna take the judge role here. I want you two to argue this one. Greg,
I'd
yeah,
like to
state
say
your claim.
you're not making a verdict here because I know you think it was a goal.
No, I said traditionally back in the day that's a given every time, but then we made the argument of VAR. Obviously, that's the
I
reason
agree
it's
with
there.
that.
Yes.
The reason VAR is there is for things like this. Liverpool know exactly what they're doing. Endo stands offside. Colwell was marking Van Dijk. Colwell is not goal side of Van Dijk, but is ball side of Van Dijk, so he's going to get up and challenge Van Dijk for a header. Endo blocks Colwell. Van Dijk goes in, scores. Colwell is not given a chance to compete against Van Dijk for the ball because Endo blocks him. Offside.
Disagree. Because Endo didn't touch the ball, so.
You don't have to touch the ball to be offside. Like, that's a very normal rule of football. Blocking the goalkeeper's view being a very normal reason why people are offside and don't touch the ball.
Comment section. What do you think?
And
Comment
Sterling,
section. Why is
Ster-
Greg right?
Sterling was offside, so that's irrelevant.
Sterling was also offside, yes.
Leaving it late. They definitely did.
And then last minute, pretty much.
Was it 118?
180 now.
Yeah.
And as Neville put it, it was cops, kids v £1 billion bottle jobs, which amused me.
I mean, shall we try and unpack Gary Neville's statement there with number one? the average starting age of the Liverpool side is older than the average age of the starting Chelsea side.
Doesn't suit the gen. Well, not to be fair, he doesn't really care. He's a Man United fan, but I mean, it didn't suit the people who's trying to bam up.
It doesn't. It mischaracterizes Chelsea's recruitment approach for what it is. Chelsea's recruitment approach. Yes, they spent a ton of money, but they spent a ton of money on young players. And this is, I think I've said this before on this podcast. I don't understand Chelsea's recruitment model, because if Chelsea are, in their own opinion, top 6 side, why are they buying players to sell on? I really don't understand.
Todd Bowley being a businessman, trying to get money.
But you're going to get money through Chelsea in other ways.
It was a greedy man.
It summed up their support when Astrid Wet was probably the most talked about thing on the Chelsea Twitter.
I was hoping we were going to talk about that.
Just wanted to get that in there, sorry.
Yes, because they're the only football club with people who like to show their diddies supporting them, aren't they, Robert?
I've seen quick play Queen's fans like.
Like Greg is the Queen's representative.
Who likes to get his diddies out, yes.
So I've seen them.
Edinburgh's hellish.
No, what I was going to say is, it's steady. That needs blurred out. Or actually, we could get the 3 points in a clean sheet Patreon going, and you could see what he just showed you.
Yeah.
Is it subscriber only on Instagram, and you get to put exclusives on it?
I somehow feel people aren't going to go for that. To go back to that though,
I'll leak it and get money.
The other part of that is Klopp's kids, and I'm sure quite a lot of people have seen the photo on Twitter by now. If you look, you've got kind of a couple who joined at age 8, and then the rest who one that joined at age 11 from Tranmere, local, fair enough. You've got one from Leicester. You've got Ben Doak from Celtic. You've got one from Newcastle, one from Sunderland, one from Ireland, and one from Celta Vigo, and then Harvey Elliott from Fulham, who they paid a hell of a ton of money for at that age, and they're classed that they're saying they're homegrown. Or Trent Alexander-Arnold said homegrown, and they're not really.
They are kids though.
They are kids, but the kind of whole Liverpool brought all these people through their own youth. Well, they didn't really.
I messed up. I thought it was calling it kids because they were kids, and kids is K, Klopp's K. It's alliteration. Rolls off the tongue.
The other point to be made about that, so there's obviously, I think we've raised this before as well, in Scotland, we moan quite a lot about kind of smaller clubs getting talent hoovered up by Rangers and Celtic when they're young, and then Rangers and Celtic just release them when they're not good enough, and they end up back where they started anyway. That problem is just as bad, if not worse, in England, and it's going to get worse. There's going to be new rules changes in England that mean Category 1 academies, the top clubs, can go to any other training ground to watch a player if they give 48 hours notice, and can basically buy the player for a fixed fee starting from $3,000.
I didn't hear that. That's
interesting.
Which is just kind of wrong.
Yeah.
Especially like if you did that, it should be a fixed fee plus a percentage of transfer revenue. Because there's going to be people like at some point, Bajcetic or Ben Doak, they're going to be good enough to go to another, like if they don't make it to the very top, they're going to be sold by Liverpool to someone else for a decent amount of money, and it should only be right that the club that produced them till they were 16 gets a portion of that money.
Development fees, sure.
Your selling fees.
They've had their development fee. It was $3,000.
But what about your selling fees? Usually they include them, don't they?
But under those proposals, there's no selling fee. It's a flat fee. That's what I'm trying to say. There's going to be no selling fees. And it just kind of encourages these big academies to go around and poach players. Which, as we know, kind of already happens to an extent.
Yeah. It just kind of ruin the game. Not ruin it, but you get what I mean.
It's also not going to be Klopp's kids for much longer anyway, so you're going to have to need to find a new nickname.
I think that's a discussion for another week.
Alonso's Animals.
That's what I think of one. Not that, though. That's hideous. Well, speaking of Rangers, they had a good win at the weekend.
Were you calling Rangers hideous there? I just want to make that. I just want to dot the I's and cross the T's there.
Interpret as you see fit.
Jacques is biased.
It was a nice 5-0 win over Edinburgh Hearts.
Yeah, I have to say, it's some performance. I wasn't there. I watched the highlights, and I spoke to someone who was there, and apparently it easily could have been 9 or 10 or even more. But it was just the best performance of the season. It's really convincing. Just played well overall. If you haven't watched the highlights, watch them because they're class. Diomande's strike for the first is beautiful. It's just good play overall, and it puts us in good stead, I would say. Go on then.
Because I've not pre-warned him he's getting this question. What's your opinion of Ibrox being basically empty come the start of stoppage time, despite being 5-0 up? That's tin pot behaviour, surely.
Every week. You could ask me that any week. It happens every week. It's a Subway loyal.
But if you're 2-0 up, fair enough. If you're 5-0 up, it's been the best performance of the season. Surely you want to stay to the end and applaud the players.
Could be 1-0, pushing, and it'll still, folk will still be gone. You should see the size of the Subway queue. I'm not defending it, I'm just explaining it.
So you accept you're a tin pot club?
No.
It's at every club.
Because it happens every club. We'll go to Celtic Park and it'll be the same.
Nowhere nearly. Like Rangers, it's really obvious and really bad. Like it's
Because
been
there's a
mostly
Subway-
pronounced at Rangers.
Because there's a Subway right there, though.
And
Well, it's easy, isn't it?
I'm not
there's a tube
defending
station
folk.
right outside the Emirates. You don't see it to the extent you see at the Emirates.
They're
It
beating
happens
Emirates.
every week. It's not just this week. It happens every week. The only thing you'll probably not see it as much is an Old Firm.
Tin pot.
No. You're just looking for a bite that you're not getting. And I can
I'm
tell
not
you.
getting it, but I think I'm raising a valid. I think I'm raising a valid point. I think the people in the comment section will agree with me. Surely, if it's your best performance of the season, you stay till the very end. What do you think? Put it in the comments.
Well, joke's on you because no one replies in the comments anyway, so that proves my point.
Exactly.
I get what you're trying to imply, but it doesn't make it any It doesn't
If
make
Queens
it
were running 5-0, would you be away into the Burn statue to get your bus home?
No, because I live
Different.
nowhere near the fucking burn statue. I live the opposite way.
And I wouldn't, because I don't leave early. I don't do walking away.
Neither do Rangers.
That's it. I'm out of here. Only excuse reference for you.
Yes, it's also Ibrox after 75 minutes.
No,
Well,
I'm sure you move on. There's a big win at the bottom of the table for Ross County, a last-minute winner against
Sorry,
Livy.
I meant to also say Rangers did play really good. But carry on.
thank you.
Just-
Finally.
Ross County beat Livy, so they're moving away from that
Yeah.
dogfight.
It came down to the end. Ross
Last
County
minute.
picking it up. A good comeback from Livy. I thought was happening, and then it collapsed. But to be fair,
Josh
yeah.
Sims.
It's
2 goals. You
defending.
can let him. Overall, I have to say that the kind of defensive mishaps this week and goalkeeping mishaps in the Scottish Premier League were quite significant.
And they evidently don't usually happen because every game's usually 0-0. Did we even have a 0-0 this weekend? I don't think we did.
No, they're all
That's
wins.
fine.
All home wins, I might add.
They were all home. That's a
Well, they
change.
weren't, 'cause
all
Celtic
being
on
On Saturday, sorry.
Because Celtic won
Yeah.
3-1.
On Saturday's
That's
fixtures.
that. Spoilers. That's
Well, everyone's seen it because we're reviewing it.
I've not. That's a change from it being all 0-0 draws.
Someone, me and Greg were talking about him earlier on. Eamon Brophy. I thought he was kind of touted for big things. Obviously, 2 goals. His second goal was lovely. Playing well.
It was.
I'm surprised he's at Ross County, to be honest.
I'm sure he got an injury or something that kind of knackered him.
He was at Kelly, was he not?
Yeah, the thing is, he's been around the blocks. Like he's been to read this: Celtic, Hibs, Hamilton, Kilmarnock, St Mirren, Ross County, and he can I remind you he has 1 senior Scotland cap.
Yeah, I minded he came on.
Is it like
Cyprus
James
in
Milner?
2019.
Just kind of bats about every team.
No, because James Milner's a good footballer.
So is Brophy for Scotland level ish, kind of.
Well, his second goal was lovely. It was a lovely volley.
And yeah,
But
Kelly.
yeah.
Actually, Kelly beat Aberdeen as well. That was a. I'm moving on.
This
Just go back.
is an interesting one. I hear a lot of things in the news saying like Warnock wasn't there for half the week. Kind of a bit of a circus going on the now. Obviously, after a big appointment, what do you think, Greg? I feel like you've got something to say about it.
I've also heard that Warnock wants to make his team less nice. He says he wants them to like dive into a tackle, and basically he says they shirk away from things in the big moments, and it's just so Neil Warnock. I'm really here for it. He apparently
died to get 3 points.
Thank you. He apparently this week he's going to show them a video. and it's going to show where they're going wrong. And apparently, he's just going to make a big nasty video, and that's going to explain to the Aberdeen players that he's going to make them watch it, and that's somehow going to make them perform better.
In Aberdeen?
Well, he's not in Aberdeen. The only reason he's showing them a video is because he's in bloody Cornwall.
No, where I'd rather be.
He can do it on Zoom. He can do it on Zoom.
Just noticed only made 2 subs, Aberdeen, which isn't really.
I mean, I think the game had gone. The first goal was. It's a shot, like, it's literally a short corner pumped into the box and a free header. It's really poor. I'd also say, I don't think there's anyone on the back post. It's an increasing gripe of mine. I watched another game, was it last week? And did we talk about this last week, or am I making this up?
I don't know, you can.
Where someone on the back post stops the goal. And I can't remember what game it was last week that I watched that and I thought, why is there no one on the back post?
It's happening quite often.
There's lots of teams putting no one on any post.
Why? I don't understand why.
Back in my day, it was 2, 1 on each post.
Exactly, and very strict in that they weren't allowed to leave the post until the ball was in the other half.
I was always the back post man because I was 2 feet to hit the ball.
Roughly,
I'm
so I
tiny.
didn't really get a chance.
I was small, just I didn't like it.
I used to stand on the corner of the goal line in the 6-yard box and blow for a foul and then realise it was a penalty. When I thought it was a free kick the other way. I was like, oh shit, I'll give a penalty.
That's it, SFA qualified referee.
Yes.
To digress.
I will say the bar for that is very low.
I can tell.
Just a lot of results.
That wasn't even aimed at you.
I can tell. I watched the SPL. Yeah, Aberdeen, to be fair, looking a right mess. They're definitely going to end up in the bottom 6. And let's be honest, they are the third or fourth biggest club in Scotland.
4th, probably.
I was going to say third, and then I remembered lots of Hearts fans would get really annoyed at me, so I'm going to settle on 4th.
I think Hearts are slightly bigger.
Have Hearts won the European Cup?
Don't care.
But I don't know if that really qualifies it.
It works in England. People seem to think Villa are a big team because they've won.
It's like saying Aberdeen could have two people at their match attendance, but because they won a European Cup, they're bigger.
Name a team that's from the European Cup that has 2 people attend.
Aberdeen. Depends if they're playing Rangers or Celtic. Oh, I got a few bites there. Oh,
and I was going to say I was going to hope you'd won a European Cup because I was going to say Ibrox in the 91st minute.
Your argument
You've
is
not.
sticking. European Cup Winners' Cup in 1972. Thank you very much.
I think you'll find that's not the European Cup.
You said at European Cup.
No, I said the.
I said that.
So Hibs beat Dundee as well. Kind of usual sort of thing you expect Hibs to win.
The winning goal for that is absolutely phenomenal. Proper on the sits defender on his arse. A lovely finish from Mizian Malida.
I think you could say it.
Is he on loan from Hamburg or Hertha? He's on loan from a German team beginning with
Hertha Berlin.
I have to say that Venti looks good.
That Venti looks good as well. Hibs.
Good team.
Again, the top 6 looked kind of set, but Hibs are the one that I think.
Just say that boy they signed in. I've got his picture. Emiliano Marcondes. He was some player back in the day for Brentford. So they got some good players.
So yeah, that I was going to say. So that Aberdeen, Motherwell, Ross County. So yeah, like there's actually 8 points as it stands. There's games going on at the minute. Ross County are currently beating St Mirren 1-0. We're recording this on Tuesday night. Currently puts Ross County above St Johnstone. The top 6 battle looked set. You'd say that St Mirren and Kilmarnock and Hearts are there. And that last spot, and something like watching Hibs against Dundee at the weekend, considering they're the main 2 challengers, the way Hibs played convinced me that it might be Hibs getting that last spot and not Dundee.
There's 2 games kind of between them and St Mirren each. So they could put St Mirren down to 7th.
They could, but I thought, a couple of wins for St Mirren and I think they're there.
Just noticed that Adam Lafondre plays for Hibs as well.
Yes.
Didn't know that.
It's been a very entertaining league so far, and I think it's just going to get better, to be honest. The rest of the season's just going to come to a big climax, as some would say.
It's going to be a really good. The only thing we're not going to have is who goes down automatically, because it's going to be Livingston now. They're doomed. They're like, if they didn't win at the weekend, that's them gone.
Yeah, it's looking that way, and I don't think many folk could argue with you, to be fair.
That's them gone. The really interesting thing is going to be who finishes 11th, and therefore who gets through the playoffs. Though we know it's really heavily weighted in favour of the Premiership side.
We've talked about that one a lot.
Yeah.
3 points separate the 4 teams.
Exactly.
So it could be it's anyone's game.
Yeah, both ends of the table looking good, but that's something to look forward to.
It is.
Then St Mirren beats St Johnstone again, kind of expected.
Yeah. St Mirren, you'd expect them to win that game.
OG Mandron, or how you say that name.
Yeah, the first goal. I mean, you said this, Robert. Is it unfortunate for the Johnson keeper? Is it really bad goalkeeper?
It bounces under his hand. It's one of those, like, obviously probably hand should be behind it. It's the argument you'll hear from a lot.
Is that the one that
it looks like it takes a deflection? I'll kind of confuse myself. I've kind of merged the two in my head.
Because the own goal's the one that hits the post and then hits his back.
Yeah, there's a deflection in the first one. I think the second one,
Russian's
point
own goal.
stands. So
That helps.
yeah, no, the point stands. You didn't really expect St Mirren not to win it.
Exactly. So Johnston, as we say, Ross County currently are winning. That might not be true by the time you watch this. They might not have got 3 points. However, if you assume they at least get something out of it, the Ross County St Johnstone race is a lot closer after Ross County's on at the weekend. And Motherwell, fine thanks, and even Aberdeen are not far away from being properly dragged into that.
As I was saying, there's only 1 point between every team.
Yeah. As it stands. Obviously, Ross County would drop 2 if they don't win. At least.
But it looks like they're going to get over the line, hopefully.
Yeah.
That, especially if Aberdeen or Motherwell are dragged into that, could be absolutely massive.
Which is all the games tomorrow as well.
Yeah.
I just noticed that Motherwell's on the telly.
It is.
That's a weird one.
Because they have ran out of games at Rugby Park, I believe, or only have one left and they want to keep it for possibly a title celebration. I can't remember. The alternative was the Edinburgh Derby, but they want to keep that in case there's a title celebration.
Celtic Park as well, or saving up the Old Firms.
If they want to get all the Old Firms, I don't think they can show. There's only so many they can show at the 2 Old Firm grounds.
I thought it was like 2 per ground. Could be wrong.
It's 4 per ground, but I think it's less for the Old Firm teams. Or it's like both Old Firms, a title celebration, and another one. So they try and not broadcast Old Firm at home when they can.
Yeah.
But Hearts Hibs, and I read a really good point. I can't remember who it was on Twitter the other day. Said, "This is why we need a second broadcaster back."
You think BT or TNT or whoever?
It is a joke that the Edinburgh Derby's not even on telly.
Yeah, exactly. Previously, when Sky had the deal to do so many from each ground, and then there was the top up from BT, who picked what they wanted, you could guarantee the derbies would be on the telly, because if they weren't picked by Sky, the top up people would select them.
You used to get Dundee derbies as well.
Exactly.
They don't get that because Dundee United are shit.
You might get them next season.
Just alternate.
Then they'll go down, 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 down again.
Again.
I think the last fixture was the Celtic Motherwell game, as we've alluded to.
Yes.
Leaving it very late.
Leaving it very late. You think it was written in the stars, they always score at the end.
I didn't think they looked like it. I genuinely didn't. I thought they were dropping points.
I watched the highlights for the sake of watching the highlights, but I did not watch the match.
I watched the game.
Obviously, Motherwell had a goal rolled out as well at the start, which was a good finish.
It
Wasn't as good as the actual goal though. The second finish, Lennon Miller's turn was sensational.
It's mental how young is he? Not he's 17. Lennon Miller. He turns 18 in August. He is 100% getting Scotland call-ups. He can't be far away from them already.
Oh, his age.
His age. We've got a settled midfield, but if at some point you want to test the kind of below the waters, and I know the quality is really high. and he's in the under-19s at the minute, but he is going to be there for years to come.
Some hit from Spittle as well. Great finish. Anyway, sticking on with the conversation. Good balling from Greg Taylor for Ida's header. I mean, I don't think anyone was beating him to the header. And then 2 late goals. Not much more to say.
You'd expect that result before the match, to be fair. So.
Brenda would have been quaking in his boots, I think, if they didn't get those late goals. A lot of Celtic fans still not happy, even though they won. It's going to be tasty. This Old Firm is, I know every time we're like, it's going to be a good one, but I generally think this is going to be a proper fierce one, because both teams need the points, as in they want to make that breakaway, because it's very tight at the minute. But yeah.
What was the other thing I was going to say? Awards goes to the referee on VAR at the Motherwell Celtic game for the world's worst VAR check. You've seen this. We disagreed on it. He gave Butcher a yellow for the free kick that he gave against Ida, and it just isn't a red card. I mean, you said, Robert, he might get a shot away, but I'm not like... there's no way it meets the bar of clear and obvious. And that not only clear and obvious error, but it needs to be a clear and obvious goal scoring opportunity and then a clear and obvious error. And it doesn't meet the bar for one of those, never mind both.
Just kind of, if you look at it in a certain angle, he just looks like he's grabbing him. But
as I said to you, I've watched it back, and on a replay, I'm not even convinced it's a foul, because I think it's 50. I think it's 50-50. Ida knows exactly what he's doing. And, Ida's holding on to the defender as well. And it's just, to think that that's a red card is really embarrassing.
Excuse me. I think it's not just fans wanting players sent off, though.
I mean, it was also Chris Sutton.
Oh, yeah.
Sums that one up for you.
Yes. To be fair, he also, in the same game, thought a ball fired at someone's hand from approximately 3 inches away was a penalty. Getting a bit desperate, getting a bit twitchy in the title race, are we, Chris?
Exactly, that summed it up perfectly, I think.
He'd play against fuck all about football, though.
Yeah.
That's a line up. So with that being done, game time. Right, so it is
Frozen.
Frozen.
Let it go.
Aberdeen. So he's both beat me the category game, so let's see who's the real top dog.
Oh, no.
So I'll give you the category. I'll let you pick the category. The question answers the question.
Yeah.
As per usual. I don't know who the champion was, I forgot. So
Robert.
So
for a change. For 1 week and 1 week only.
No. I've got no confidence today.
You've got 3 categories. You've got managers, transfers, or shirt numbers.
Right, transfers, please.
Transfers. Right, so name me any of the 100 million euro transfers. Does that make sense?
100 million euros.
Yeah, it's euros. I've done this in.
Cool.
The lowest was, do you want the lowest? Like the, you know what I mean? It doesn't really matter.
Go for it.
It was Anthony was like the most without being eligible.
Greg, you start.
You can't start like.
Oh, I know, but my head's completely gone.
Oh, it doesn't matter. The clock's ticking.
That's fine. I'm quite happy with the clock to tick.
Come on.
Yeah. That's fine. I can cut this out. I'm just trying to. I'm really doubting the words Gareth Bale, but I'm going for the words Gareth Bale. Eden Hazard.
Which one?
Eden Hazard.
Correct.
I think you said Gareth Bale, to be honest. Neymar.
No, I said Gareth Bale, Eden Hazard.
Neymar
is correct.
Philip Coutinho.
Coutinho is also correct.
Ooh. Right, this maybe I'm the wrong. What is it? Caicedo?
Yes, Moses Caicedo to Chelsea.
Shit, I forgot about that. Oh, was he? Right, here's a gamble. Enzo Fernandez.
Yes, he was.
Oh, I thought it was the way he reacted. He always does that. The joke never gets old. Time's gonna be ticking here. Who am I thinking? 100 million.
You'll know when I run out because I'll just say Gareth Bale.
Jude Bellingham, was he?
Yeah, he was also to Real Madrid.
Shit, I've run out. Gareth Bale.
Garfield is in fact correct.
Is it?
I was kind of confident
Oh, it's 100 million euros, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I did in euros.
Oh,
because you were on transfer marks is the reason you've done it in euros.
No, I was on Wikipedia actually.
could be wrong here, but Gianluigi Donnarumma.
Negative.
No, I didn't think he was.
I'll give you some big names. They're all big names. Mbappe.
Obviously, yeah.
He's the most expensive.
Well, I thought it was a free.
No, to PSG.
I know.
Yeah.
I thought it was a
Alright.
free. That's why I never.
Yeah, 222.
thought. I had him in my head,
existed.
but
Grealish.
Again, thought about it. Thought it wasn't £100 million.
that was
Um,
my kind of issue.
Yeah.
João Felix. Harry Kane. Ronaldo.
Oh, I thought Ronaldo, but I didn't think he went for over 100.
Pogba. Lukaku. Ousmane Dembele as well.
Oh, well.
Griezmann. Declan Rice.
Decky Rice was more than €100 million.
I think so. I think it's £100 million. So
Are we fact checking that one?
No, I'm just surprised.
English fee in it. Managers or
Robert.
shirt numbers.
Managers.
I can't remember what this is. This is a belter. Any manager to have managed a home nation at a major tournament, so Euros or
Ooh,
World
that's
Cup.
A major tournament.
So Euros or World Cup. And
Great.
home nation is, you might know this, Scotland, England, Wales and Northern Ireland.
Yep.
Not Republic because they don't count. So yeah.
Robert, start.
Gareth Southgate.
Correct.
Steve Clark.
Correct. Just hold on, I need to delete them.
I've got one, so it's fine.
I've got two.
Didn't actually put Steve Clark on the list, but obviously we know he has.
Yep.
Are you ready?
Yeah, sorry. Well,
Ali McLeod.
Ali McLeod is
Nice.
indeed.
Rob Page.
Rob Page is also tenable.
Quite embarrassing, actually. My brain's went blank already. Because Scotland, I've not got much to.
I've got a couple more.
There's a lot of really, really obscure folk.
Yeah. Just go back to your England managers. That's what I was going to do.
Yeah, but I can't think. I've got only foreign ones I can think of.
They could be any nation of manager. They didn't have to be from the home nation. They just had to manage a home nation.
Oh, I thought you said they were from the home
So
nation.
manage the home nations.
Oh, right. Fabio Capello.
Yes.
Chris Coleman.
Yes.
Sven Goran Eriksson, whatever his
Yes.
name is.
Right.
Michael O'Neill.
Right. Give a minute. Michael O'Neill is right there.
Oh, who's managed England?
That was easy to do.
Terry Venables.
Terry Venables, correct.
Roy Hodgson.
Roy Hodgson is also.
Forgot about him. Oh, my mind's went blank.
I will say good luck now.
I've got a few left.
Oh, no, what's his name? Charlton from Ireland.
Can you
No.
clarify, actually? I was going to clarify because I think this is important for you, Robert. Are you counting? I assume you're not counting the Republic of Ireland.
So I'm saying it's just Northern Ireland.
Oh, shit.
Right. Do you want to have another shot? Because I was about to say Mick McCarthy, so have another shot.
I did say that at the start, but
I never heard you. I did
Just-
in my head.
Scotland, England, Wales, Northern Ireland.
Right, give me a second. My mind has gone blank. I think I might have to give up.
I will
I
say
need
that
one anyway.
the names are quite obscure from here on. I think most
I
of them.
need one.
I'm
I'll wait
trying
until
to
Robert definitely passes because this is for the win.
wait, give me a wee second. It's the knowing that I'm on a time that puts my
Yeah.
pure brain.
Well,
If you want, I'm pretty confident, Robert, if that's helpful.
that's really helpful.
Right, give me 1 wee second.
I'm trying to remember if you said it or not.
I will have to start rushing you in a minute.
Right, I'll just go for that. My mind's went blank.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Not hazard a guess.
I said no.
All right.
Alf Ramsey.
That's
Yep.
who I was trying to get.
Yes, Alfonso Ramsey.
I couldn't think who was.
I had Mick McCarthy tucked up my sleeve for so long, and then you said an Irish person, and I was like, shit. And Deal Cymru, thank you very much, Wales, for your two answers that I was very confident on.
Well, I wasn't getting those ones, so that was your thing.
was
Well done,
one-
Greg. I'll
one
play
more.
the decider anyway.
I was going to say there's one more Welsh one, but I can't remember who it is.
Jimmy Murphy.
Nah, I would never have got that in a million years.
Yes, there's one more. It's short numbers. If you want to do it, we'll do it.
Yeah, why
Yeah,
not?
go for it.
So there's any player in the English Premiership who wears the number 9 shirt.
Oh, well done already. Maybe we just shouldn't do this one.
Callum Wilson.
Yes.
I generally can't think of anyone, then my mind's going blank.
Oh shit, I've just...
Just fire them out. No, don't need to go in turns.
I think Tony's 11, but I'll go for it.
Tony.
Or maybe 10.
Tony's 17.
Erling Haaland?
No, he's 10.
Shit. Gabriel Jesus.
No,
Gabriel
he's nine.
Jesus.
He
He is 9. Haaland.
Aye.
You make me panic there. Gabriel Jesus.
Yes.
The folks screaming.
Is João Pedro 9 for Brighton?
Indeed he is. I struggled when I was doing this. I was trying to do it as I went, but I did struggle.
Chelsea 9. It could be literally anyone. Chelsea's number 9. No.
Hudson-Odoi.
I'll tell you one thing. It couldn't be because they don't have number 9.
We don't have a number 9. Go ahead. Read a couple others.
Darwizzy.
Oh, I forgot
Yep.
his number.
Richarlison. Tony Marshall.
What did you just say?
Tony Marshall.
Who?
Anthony Martial.
Oh.
Armando Broja. He's another one. Calvert-Lewin.
I'm
Also,
glad we
Armando Broja's Chelsea's number 9.
He's at Fulham there.
When did that happen?
January.
What? That's it. That's twice now. I'm off. Stop the predictions.
thank
End the
God.
podcast.
Right. Last week, Robert got 6. No, he didn't. I know that for a
right.
fact.
So, thank you very much, Kyle. Let's go through predictions. Last week, continuity. Last week, it was Kyle's turn to pick the games. Kyle got the most points with 4. I got 3. Robert got 1. That takes the total scores to Kyle on 66, Robert on 74, and Greg on 81. So you got a long way to go to come back, Kyle.
I don't care.
This week, it is my turn to pick the games. That means you guys don't know what they are for a change. The game in the Scottish Premiership this week, Dundee versus Kilmarnock. I've done all of these before the midweek game started, by the way, so that's crucial in the battle for top 6. Dundee are 8 points behind Killie with a game in hand, but have won 2 of their last 5. Kilmarnock are unbeaten in 7, going into the Rangers game, which you have seen.
Kilmarnock are going to win.
I agree.
One Kelly.
3 for Killie. Championship, Dunfermline versus Ayr. Dunfermline were 7th before the midweek, but were only 1 point behind Ayr, who have got 9 points out of their last 15 under Scott Brown. Dunfermline have only got 5 out of their last 15, but controversially beat Partick Thistle 3-1 last weekend.
I'm going to say the Ayr boys.
Yeah.
I'm going for a draw. Scottish League One, Queen of the South versus Stirling Albion. Stirling and Queens on the same points before Stirling played midweek. Queens have not won in 4 games. Stirling beat Edinburgh at the weekend after not winning their previous 4. I am going to go for Queens, which means Queens aren't going to win this game.
I'm going to go for a draw. I hope they both lose.
I'm going, and I think Queens are going to win. And if not, Bartley has to go, or I'm going to drag him out of that stadium myself.
Please don't do that. It would be assault. League 2, Dumbarton versus Peterhead. There are no midweek games in League 2. Dumbarton are 4 points behind Peterhead, who have drawn their last 4 and have a game in hand. Peterhead are unbeaten in 6. Dumbarton have got 5 points out of their last 15. Though obviously, 4 of them are draws.
I say Peterhead because I forgot everything you just said to me.
Yeah,
I'm going to go draw.
Peterhead.
Lowland League, Lithgow Rose versus Albion Rovers. Linlithgow are 6th with 43 points. Albion are 10th with 38, but have played a game less. Rose are on a 2-match unbeaten run, but lost 3-0 at Clifton Hill in the reverse fixture. Rovers have not lost in 5 games, including that win against Linlithgow Rose.
Draw.
I think Sandy Clark's boys, if he's still there, I don't think he is.
You're going for a draw. I'll go for a Lithgow Rose win. Why not? Last game is Servette versus St Gallen in the Swiss Super League. Second place, third, Servette have a 7-point advantage and have won 4 of their last 5. St Gallen with a win and a draw in their last 2 after 4 losses in a row, including a 2-0 loss in the reverse fixture against Servette. I'm going for the Francois boys of Servette.
Home win.
What he said, Servette.
Don't want to try and...
Lovely. 3 for Servette.
Oh.
That's the end of predictions for this week.
Thanks, Gregory.
And then moving on to another poor topic. The FPL.
I don't know what you
Yes.
mean.
I'm on that
Darren
this week.
Whitfield, I'm coming for it, mate.
You
We'll
should
do
be-
it. We'll
be
do it
shaking.
again. We'll start at the bottom. I'm just so consistent. I'm still in 15th.
How many points did you get last week, though?
Game week 26, 32.
More than Kyle?
Got a wee bit of grief, but Kyle Pagan's dropped to 5th. He's still in 5th. And Jack Hughes also dropping to 4th. Oh, sorry, Kyle, I missed you.
That's fine. I'm used to it.
You're not playing for anything. No,
See-
Kyle's in 6th. Sorry, Kyle. So Kyle Palmer in 6th. Kyle Pagan in
I
5th.
see that Cyril Dibs fell off something chronic.
I know.
What happened, Cyril?
7. The Copites. It's the name. Yes, Jack Hughes has dropped out the top 3, going to 4th. However, the lads are steady in 3rd. However, Jack Hughes is not far behind you.
He's
What
bleeding.
happened then?
Nathan Stewart's up to 2nd, and Darren Whitfield is still up number 1.
He's the man to beat.
He's
Oh,
fact checking.
that Dick Nathan Stewart had Alphonse Areola in his bloody team.
Well done, Nathan. I'm proud of you.
That's the 2 points that took him above me, the dick. I was so excited for me to be second again.
I know. I saw your face drop.
Well,
Right.
I
Well,
think
thank
that's-
you. We'll update you next week.
I think that'll do us then for this week. The funny 69 and then get that crown for a rip off.
Well, but if I did something like that, it'd be assault.
That would be
I'm a-
assault, Kyle.
Well, phone the police. Anyway, thank you all for watching and tell your grannies, share it with them. That's it. Godspeed.
See you later.
Ta-ra.
Bye.
Missed the camera.